Hey guys, Romie here. So this is the recap for Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 7. It's called, what's it called? The Broken Man. Yeah, and the episode actually starts off with a familiar face. A very, very distinctive, familiar face, if I do say so myself. It is the one and only, I'm going to keep saying it because the Hound. No, I didn't have to read anything. It just came to me right before then. Yeah, and as far as the Hound's concerned, he's still alive. He doesn't have a problem with people thinking that he's dead. As you may or may not remember Brienne of Tarth went and defeated him. And so we thought that there was a 50-50 chance that he died, because in Game of Thrones, if you don't see the body or see them actually dying there, then there's a good chance that they didn't die. Forget coming back to life. There's just a good chance that they didn't die. And so he's alive, and he's currently with this like makeshift, do-it-themselves, honest, good people, and it looks like they're building a sept. I'm not sure why, but it looks like that's what they're doing. And a guy by the name of McShane, I'm not sure if that's his character on the show, or I think that's his actual character, his name in real life. But McShane is essentially there to kind of guide the Hound and be the Hound's friend and let the Hound know that there's something more than just fighting. Look, I'm just going to let you know this up front. This week's episode of Game of Thrones was more so about, again, setting up the scene for the next couple of episodes, or I guess you can say the official second half of the season, because the show is almost over. If you think about it, I think there's only 10 episodes, so we're already at episode 7. It's either 10 or 12 episodes, so we're already at episode 7. So there is that. And again, this guy, McShane, he knows who the Hound is. He's just wondering, why is the Hound here? He was surprised when he found him. You know, he thought he was dead because he had flies on him and, of course, wounds for days. So when he coughed, he almost pooped himself. The crazy thing about that is, even when he took the guy and nursed him back to health, I guess we'll say, he thought that he was going to die, but not the Hound. And he was like, so what drove you all that time? He was like, hate. And he was like, no, there has to be something more than hate. There is a purpose for you. I'm like, okay, so which religion on this show does McShane believe? That's why I wanted to know. Speaking of religion, we have the High Sparrow and we have Marjorie. Marjorie is talking with him because Marjorie's talking about how, you know, she felt bad for the poor, but she more so looked down on the poor. It was, again, about elevating herself and how she felt about herself than really helping them. And I'm like, okay, Marjorie, we get it. We really get it. But why do you keep telling us this story? So there's a point and a reason. He's like, you know, I understand, my child, that you are saved, that you really believe. But you know who doesn't believe? Your grandmother. Your grandmother doesn't believe. And because she doesn't believe, you know, the Queen of Thorns, what's her name? Olenna? Because Olenna doesn't believe, we're going to have to take care of that. And of course, your brother, he hasn't repented yet, so we can't let him go either. I'm thinking, look, this is Marjorie we're talking about. Do not come for her family. That is one thing you do not do. So I knew it. I knew as soon as the High Sparrow said that he done messed up. I knew that we had the old Marjorie back. I was like, I don't believe this act anymore. I really don't. And I was right. I was so right, because she went and she talked with the grandmother. But of course she had, you know, the, what's that woman's name? The woman who is like the High Sparrow's right-hand female? Yeah, well, she was right there to supervise everything, because of course she doesn't want Marjorie to go back to her old ways. She doesn't want them to plot. As we know, they're no better than the royalty either, because they have their own agenda and they call it a religious one, but it's for personal reasons. If you actually listen to what they're talking about, it's always about them and what they thought. It's like, okay, but do you have a good book that you're getting all of this from, instead of me keep hearing you, I, we? Anyway, so when Marjorie's talking to Olenna, her grandmother, she's talking about how, you know, you need to go. You need to go. You need to go back home. You need to go where it's safe. She's saying all of this, of course, in front of the High Sparrow's trusted, I'm going to call her liaison, but she has an ulterior agenda. She's really trying to make sure that her grandmother knows that it's not safe for you. They will be coming after you next. And she gave her a rose, a drawing of a rose. That represents their family's, like, crest or something like that. And so that's how she knew, of course, she's still a Tyrell. She's still with them. But you really do need to go right now because it is not safe for you. And so Jon Snow is talking, of course, with the other wildlings, and they're over it. They're like, look, we still have people we need to protect, land we need to protect. Why should we follow you? Case in point, Snow couldn't really deliver what he needed to deliver. So thankfully, I'm going to call him technically the leader of the wildlings, which is, what's the guy's name? The guy that has a crush on Brienne. I believe his name starts with either an H or a T. Anyway, when he talked to his people, it's just like, look, there's no better person to follow than Jon Snow, because at the end of the day, he actually died. He actually came back to life. He went and fought with us, fought for us, technically died for us. And so what's really the problem? What's really good? We're either going to stay here and have to fend off the other houses of the north, or we can go and take the fight to them and join forces with some of the other houses. So the big giant was just like, he stood up and said Snow, which was his way of saying that he supports Jon Snow. And so that's all it took, really. Afterwards, we have Alina talking with Cersei. Cersei is still licking her wounds. I'm just like, Lord Jesus, can we get that mop off of her head? Because Cersei, with that short hair, she's been so defeated. I've noticed that. That short hair is a constant reminder of the fact that she's defeated. And the thing is that she's trying to talk with Alina, but, you know, the Queen of Thorns. And the Queen of Thorns is just like, I'm getting out of here. If you were smart, you would too, because they're coming after me. They will again come after you, regardless of your religious walk. Cersei's just like, wait a minute now. You're going to leave and abandon your son? I mean, your grandson? It was just like, look, I have to take care of me first. They're clearly not going to give my grandson back. What do you call it? Marjorie isn't going to be able to help us, and I am not going to go and do that walk of shame. I'm not going to repent for anything. I enjoyed doing what I did, and I will continue to do so. Amen. Yes, yes. So now Jaime is back with Bronn. Remember, our favorite contract to hire person, Bronn. And so Jaime's just like, look, I need your help. I need you to fight with me so that we can siege Riverrun. And he was just like, look, I don't do anything for free. Call me a knight means I don't get paid. It was like, yes, I want a house, I want a title, and I also want a beautiful bride. That's what I want. And he was just like, you'll have all of that and more. You know, what was it? A Lannister always repays his... I was like, shut up, I don't need all that. Stop it. Stop it. So... oh, damn, I say so a lot. And, is and going to be my new crutch word for these videos anyway? They get there, and right before they actually get there, though, we have Blackfish, who's just looking outside like, what? You called for me, so what do you want from me? What do you possibly want from me? And you know, phrase, idiotic, foolish, stupid young boys are there because they have Edmure, and the thing with Edmure is that, of course, he's related to Blackfish, but Blackfish is just like, go ahead, kill him, because they threatened to hang him first and then to cut his throat. And Edmure's just like, he's no use to me there. He's already pretty much dead. You know, I've already grieved from him in my mind. He didn't say all of this, but this is what I'm thinking. So it's like, kill him. Whatever. I'm going to stay in here forever. After that, we have Jamie, and he's talking with, Frey's idiotic kids, and he's just like, look, I'm here to help you. I'm here to do something you cannot do. I'm gonna take back the castle. Yes, I am. Oh, you, see, here's the thing about you. You're so dumb that you don't understand the concept of someone who's going to hit you if you keep talking. He talked? Boom! It's just like, I just told you I was going to hit you if you kept talking. Like, what's good? This is like, the king, aka my son, is telling me that I need to go and take back River Run, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So you're going to go and you're going to bathe, and you're going to reclothe, and feed Edmure. Can you do that for me? Can you do that for me? I was like, oh, you can't. Oh, you can. Okay, good. Okay, Bronn, come here. So we're gonna take this castle back. This is what we're gonna do. After that, we have Jon Snow, we have Sansa Stark, and we have Davis. They're all there because they have to deal with this young girl who, what's her name? This young girl, she's technically in charge of Mon Moore? Is that what it's called? Look. Anyway, so the little lady of the castle, which you can't even call her that because she had more bark than all of the adults in that room combined. And Jon's trying to state his case about how, of course, you were a part of the original families that supported the Starks, and how we need you again, and all of that. And she's talking with her advisors, but she pretty much has her mind made up. It's like, why would I help you when you can't help yourselves at all? I mean, what do you really have going for you at this point? You're a Snow, so I'm not going to pay you too much mind. We are related, but not by much. Sansa over here, she has a lot of bark now because she finally feels invigorated, feels empowered by people that she can actually trust. And so that's not effective either because this little girl's just like, it doesn't matter what you say either because it's still the same situation. You don't have much going for you. I mean, we remember the fact that you were, what was it? You were married to Ramsay, and before that you were a Lannister. And so, what was the last time? I can't believe she said, this was like, what was the last time you were a Stark? What about that? And so, of course, Sansa had to, zip it up after that. Davis comes and saves the day because Davis talks about how, I understand how you feel. I never would have thought that I would have been in this situation. I'm sure you feel the same way. I'm sure you feel like, how did I get myself into this mess? Why am I here? No one understands what I'm going through, but I have to pretend to be stronger than I actually am, because if I'm not, then bad things will happen for my family. So, Queen Mormont was just like, all right, I like him, and I believe him, so I'll give you 62 of our best men. This is like 6,200? 62. That is all we have. This is like, this is like, oh, well, one of my men could take out 10. This is like, okay, so we'll times that by 10, so we'll say 620. Yeah, that's how it works in the real world. Okay. But after that, we have Lannister talking with Blackfish. And Blackfish is so unimpressed with Jaime. Blackfish, I'm thinking of Roots. Watch Roots if you didn't get the chance to see the Roots remake. History Channel, of course, is going to be replaying it probably for the next couple of months, but it's also on demand. Oh yeah, please like, comment, subscribe. I forgot to say that in the beginning of this video. Now, we have, like I said, Blackfish is so unfazed by Jaime. Jaime's talking about how we have all these men. Why don't you just go and give up now? Blackfish is just like, I knew your father. I know your whole family. I see you, the Kingslayer. I'm unimpressed. You don't have a hand anymore. I mean, you're a mess. And I know what's going on back home. Everything is a mess for you. So I'm going to go and stay in this castle and eat for 2 years and not do a damn thing. While you go and, stay pitiful. your army's gonna die out sooner than later. So I'll be very happy once that happens. But we'll see, because in episode 8, things look like they go from 0 to 100, which I really need for that to happen for this show. Oh yeah, and side note, I really wish that war was like this nowadays, where there was some type of honor and respect, because the situation nowadays is more so like, you attack me, I shoot you, you don't even know what's happening type of thing. And they did that back then too, but for like the major ones, it was pretty much like, look, are you gonna stop? No. Are you gonna stop? No. Boom, 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 bang, bang, bang. But it wasn't just people just shooting and doing all this crazy stuff randomly. At least there was some type of order, which now that I say it, it just sounds stupid, period, but at least it's better than what we have now. I will say that. Or kind of. Now, the Clovers, which is the next stop for, of course, Jon Snow, Sansa, and Davis. The Clovers are over it, because the Clovers are like, look, we respected and loved the Starks once, but not anymore, because you guys fell off, the Boltons fell on, and so among some other people, and what did you guys really do for us? Nothing. You want our men, you want all of our, what the hell happened to my skin? You want all of our provisions, and it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So you're just going to have to get over yourself. And that's when, again, Sansa, thinking that she's bigger and badder than she actually is, she goes and she bulks up and it's just like, you said that you were going to swear your allegiance to the Starks a while ago. And did you do that? Once before. So it is your oath, on your oath, you have to go and do it again. He was just like, look, why am I talking to you? Are you even a Stark anymore? I'm like, damn, that's the second time someone's called out Sansa for, I guess, technically being weak enough to go and get captured. Because, of course, they also mentioned, whether it was here or it was at the other place, that their brother is also being held captive. He was just like, look, your oldest brother, Robb, he went and he got in bed with a good-for-nothing harlot. And as a result, he got killed. So did she. So did everyone else there. And so you want me to go and follow a family with that current reputation, with no true head, HBIC is what I'm going to call it, in charge? No, not going to happen. And again, this is where we see Sansa finally receiving that pushback that she hasn't gotten in a moment since being freed for Ramsay. Now, we have Theon and Lyanna, and right now they're regrouping. You know, they're partying, they're living it up, because they're going to go, what their actual plan is, their plan is to go and meet up. Damn, it's like everyone's plan is to go and join forces with the Mother of Dragons, with Dany, to do that so that they can take control, give her the fleets, because everyone knows she wants ships. So they're going to give it to her, and so in return, they'll fight alongside her and her dragons. I'm like, damn, look at Dany become superpower overnight. That's how you do it, though. That is how you do it. The thing about that, though, is Theon is still groveling. Theon is still defeated. So his sister is just like, look, you're either going to slit your wrist or you're going to join forces with me. Which one is it? Because I'll respect both. Because at least it's you having a choice and doing something. Because right now, this whole sniveling and weak act, this isn't working for me. It really isn't. So he, of course, he drank the ale because she was like, drink some more. Drink some more. What's wrong with you? I understand that you don't want to be in this whorehouse, and because you're a eunuch now, so you can't enjoy the pleasures of a woman like you used to, but I'm going to do it for you. See, yes, you're going to drink, and you're going to join forces with me, officially, because I need you by my side, and I'm going to go and enjoy these women over here. Yes, I am. I was just like, damn, she's sucking on the tea, and I was just like, oh my gosh. I wasn't ready. Okay, and after that, we have, what the hell's that? After that, we have Snow and Sansa and Davis come back. And so, when they come back, you know, Sansa's over it because she's like, we have these groundlings, we have 62 men, we have, what, maybe like 1,000 or a couple of hundred from the other house. Ooh. 300 men to fight by our sides. That's it. We need more. And they're just like, yo, just calm down, chill. Sansa's like, I don't have a chill anymore. That's what got me in this predicament in the first place. I have no chill. So she goes off on her own because Davis and Jon had to go and stop, you know, the fighting between the two different groups. While she went and decided to go and write this letter, to craft this letter. Now, originally, I thought because of how they kept previewing it, I thought that, damn, maybe Sansa forged this letter, forged what was on here. But, which I still feel like maybe she did, but now it has me thinking, well, no, she didn't forge it, it really was her. But the reason why she's sending a letter, especially in secret, and she's going to use one of the ravens from one of, what is it? Montan's ravens. She's going to do that, but I'm wondering to who. And I read something that said maybe it's to Littlefinger, maybe it's to get his help, because you have to think about it, they really do need reinforcements, and regardless of being able to trust him or not, at least we know that he was willing to help. And it's sad, but at this point they can use all the help they can get. So McShane is giving this rebel-rousing speech about how he used to kill, he used to do it as a soldier, he didn't think much of it until one night when he dragged this young boy from his mother and then killed him, and so how he just always remembers the mother's screams, and that's not the night that changed him. And essentially he was trying to tell that to the Hound, that regardless of where you came from, you can start anew and be better from that day forth. And while he was saying this story, you had these soldiers who came over and just like, okay, so what are you here? Why are you here? Do you have any food? Do you have any weapons? It was just like, we have some food if you want, but we don't have steel. We don't have money. Of course, McShane's lying, but they eventually leave because he tried to act like he was, what was it, like he believed in one of the seven or something like that. One of the religions on Game of Thrones. So we have the Hound who goes off and he's chopping off wood, and the Hound's just like, what is wrong with you? I'm going to have to fight them whether you want me to or not, because at the end of the day, they're going to come back and kill you. They're going to come back and kill all of you. So just be prepared for that. And it's just like, you know, you don't have to fight. It's just like, no, you feel like you don't have to fight. You feel like your fight is over, but it's not. And he should have heeded the Hound's warnings. They actually should have gotten up and gotten out of there. But before that, we have Arya, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Arya's back. We haven't seen Arya look like Arya in forever. And you know, Arya's acting like a boss. She's walking around. She pays for the ship to give her a ride out of there. And also, she wants a cabin. She doesn't want to just be on the bottom. She's like, no. I know what I want, and I have the money. And they were just shocked. And so, in one moment, she throws down the money. The next moment, she commands what she wants and takes the money back. And she's feeling herself. And I'm like, oh my gosh, look at Arya. This is so grim. Like, oh crap, it's about to go to hell. We know how this works. It was going a little too well for her. I was like, oh no, this is going to be bad too. If they're making this look so good for her. So this older woman, I'm just like, wait a minute, who the hell is this woman? Who is this chick? I should have felt that way too, because I let her guard down, and clearly the many-faced god, Willa, or Wally, whatever the chick was, you know, the chick that hates Arya, she goes and she grabs Arya. I think she slashes her stomach first and then stabs her, or maybe it was just a stab. Either way, Arya thankfully was able to fight back just enough so she can go into the water, and she swam so far down that Will thought that she was dead, so she left her. Now Arya was able to get out of there, but now Arya is bleeding out. I'm just like, Lord Jesus. She's walking through the village and everyone's looking at her like, ooh, I don't want to deal with that. Go away from here type of thing. And the last, so I'm like, okay, here we go. Who's going to save Arya? I was like, oh, you have to be kidding me. Are Arya and the Hound going to be reunited again somehow with him going on his journey? But this time he finds her weak and heals her, brings her back to health. Is that how it's going to work? Even though that's kind of how it was the first time. But the Hound comes back from chopping wood, and everyone in their little community thing is dead. All of them, including McShane. All of them are dead. Every last one of them. And they actually hung McShane. And that, of course, is what will cause the Hound to go back to his old ways, which is great because we need some more action on this show. And next week we're going to get it. So again, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and come back next week.